Hello. Hello.
Hello everyone, I am Wuwei. Although I am very busy, but I must squeeze out a little time to make this video. This video is based on my own personal point of view. To the players and buyers. The recommendation list of this block purchase. It's already 2024. If you don't buy these blocks, I personally recommend, if possible, it is best to collect it first and buy it first. Why, I will tell you later. First of all, the first one I want to recommend is Kimo Fang Fengshan. It has been listed for more than a year and a half. Until now it is still in our sales list. Very strong. But recently some players want to look for the second generation of phone. Collected or he thinks he likes his feeling. But they are now out of production and can't buy it. I think this situation may happen again in Fengshan. So whether it is standing in this collection or using, from the perspective of speed, I think you should buy a Fengshan. If you haven't bought Fengshan by 2024, hurry up and buy it, okay? And I also said in the live broadcast, Fengshan is just the best state of its mold at this time. Then the cheapest and easiest to buy stage. Maybe they will have phone after. Maybe it will slowly reduce the production capacity of Fengshan. At that time, it is possible that the mold is deteriorated. It may be difficult to buy parts. If you want to change parts, there will be a lot of problems. So now is the most beautiful price. Fengshan must buy it now, okay? The second recommended block is Kimo X3. This block is also released in the same year as Fengshan. It's really good and it feels very special. It's a little different from the recent flagship mainstream blocks. If you have the chance, you can try it out. Our shop should have 4 products. Or there must be someone wearing Kimo at the player's party. Okay, the third one is this. We're on V9 or Super We're on V10. I think you can choose one of these two. If you already have V9, you don't have to buy V10, because they feel pretty close. But if you already have V10, you don't have to buy V9, because I think V10 performs very well. This series is already at the top. It's hard for me to imagine what progress will be made in V10 and V11. It's very likely to go the way it used to be. It's called better. As a result, people may not be in line with this hope. This used to happen in different manufacturers. One block he did to the top, when the next one he claimed to be good. As a result, the volume of the word fell. This is very likely to happen. Okay, then the next one. Now this is the cheap version of RS3M V5, or RS3M 2020. These two are actually the same. I think as long as there is one, either one be the consideration. Unless you are a collector like Wuwei. Did all, okay? Anyway, they're all cheap. 2020 is really super cheap. This one, some people often say, as long as you ask which block is definitely pushing 2020. This is probably not wrong. Okay, the next one. This ready. Strange, why do you want to push ready at this time? Because I found a lot of this. The novice who are learning blocks in our course. They're actually, even if you're learning 3J or 2J, we think it's a very basic block. It's difficult, right? You throw a ray to him, tell him a few concepts. He can turn it out himself. So I think this is a very good landmark for promoting magic blocks. In fact, the same concept as the maple leaf is also very good. Also very suitable. Ready, at least it will make you feel like there is a substitution. Or the concept of substitution is inside. So ready is actually great. And most of the people who have played ready, the impression of ready, or the evaluation is very good. Very positive. So I think, although he has been a block for many years, but if you haven't played ready yet, then I think you must go buy one first, okay? Okay, next. Oh, this is also good. This Kiwi M Pro. He has many versions. There's a magnetic version, a spring version, a magnet floating version, and a UV version. In fact, these are the differences in a little bit. Differences in performance structure or appearance. Just buy one. Of course, because it's all cheap. You can buy it all. It's really cheap, okay? Kiwi M Pro. I think this is must buy. You must buy. The reason for the recommendation is actually very similar to Fan. He is cheap and easy to turn. Okay, next. Rank block. Frank block. This I don't know what to look at, right? Look at the appearance. You think it's a whole white block. What's the deal about freak? Okay, this. In fact, as long as you play, you will know. It turned out to be A. Okay, so the way he solved it is to use to solve. But you have to find out his core, where is it? And then put him. This anyway, you can solve it with. You can solve it. But at first, you might think, well, don't you know how to do it, right? That's it. Do you understand?
我信你个鬼！
Next, this is the high-speed part. I would recommend Melon's 6J and 7J. And there should be a magnet version. Or there's no magnet version. Not bad. But since he actually... The price is not expensive. I will go straight to Melon 6M and Melon 7M. These two I think I also recommend. Because he's cheap. And he... Good performance. Small and light. Easy to turn. And the point is... Cheap, okay? There must be someone who says... Melon's high speed. Those off WM. Or off WM. Is that possible? That of course. Okay? What I'm talking about now is... Do you play 6 today? I would recommend. Just buy these two. But if you are... What to pursue? Speed competition. This high-speed player. Then actually I will. Of course I would recommend. Off and... Off WM. Of course they're all... More expensive. Then think about it yourself. If there's no background. In case of information. I would recommend directly. Melon 6M. I would recommend Melon 6M. And Melon 7M. Very good. Okay, good, next. Ha ha ha. Also this year. New thing. Speed Cube. Yushing he put us. The concept of digital slide. Combined with 3J and 2J. Very good. Very fun. Be sure to say. Although it is expensive. Good or not. A little salty. Or I got the tax money. I think this one. Be sure to buy and play. Hey, just for. The player's favorite. Is to use. A toy like this. Very fun. Very difficult. Very interesting. Very good. Okay, good, next is... Dian Guhong Dian, next is Dian. Guhong Pro M. This one is also great. That Dian is already... Very, very old. Very, very... Old-fashioned cube speed cube brand. Until now, he continued to make such a good performance. Such a good cube. I think, very worth collecting. Whether it's a collection, or directly, actually used for competition. All very suitable cubes. The point is, they're not expensive. The point, that is featured this time, is the age processes that depends on you. Own preference size to buy. Good or not. As for, many people ask, is spring version, what's the difference between the version? I think, really the difference is not very big. Really the difference is not very big. Just a little bit. When melting, a little difference. Most of the resistance, actually very close. This means, the structure of this cube already reached a very perfect, a degree. Same while his mold is still fresh. In perfect state. Hurry up and buy. Okay, after the factory. You have to find. It's hard to find. There is no. Good, next. Oh, this is also quite interesting. 3 steps. The earliest, a long time ago, should be, I hope one's popular, or a miracle, a long time ago, is not the mainstream. These companies. Good, then slowly. Someone noticed. As a result, there are other manufacturers. All of this concept. Oh, this molding machine can be used to make teaching cubes. A very good prop. Hey, this. If you're eating cubes, you should know. What am I talking about? The cube itself. It's up to a little turn. In fact, like, we had this on recently. This block cube. It's the same. It's cheap. Then very suitable for promotion. Can you paste the cube yourself? You don't have to be like us. Paste stickers. Or over there. It's messy. You just color on it. Then go teach. Hey, you want to use? Teach the first layer. Teach the second layer. Or teach you how to do. PL or OL. Very suitable. Very good. Oh, so. Cube, although it feels like a toy. Plastic feels very heavy. That's right. But it's worth buying. Okay. Good, next. Oh, ha ha ha. This is my personal hobby. This is my favorite module. Oh, with module 2.0. Oh, this is actually the earliest. That foreign. I forgot what manufacturer. We call him copies. Oh, then he is now equal to Spirit Replication. That shape is not the same. Make it more smooth. A little bit. Small take on face product. Okay, then we don't talk too much. This week. Spirit. Oh, I think this shape is also very good. Then turn it up. In fact, the texture is also good. It's also easy to turn. Hey, it won't be stuck like this. So this is worth collecting. Okay, and you can play. Solution is same source. You are using MedCube. One should use not the same. It's worth playing. Okay, the next one is something from last year's Chinese New Year. This is a battle slide. This is very suitable for parties, playing games, or playing with kids during the Chinese New Year. Because this has nothing to do with how fast you can turn the blocks. It's purely a test of your logic when it comes to coloring. Because you have to plan your next path in your head. It's the same as playing a digital slide. You can turn it into a battle slide. It's actually a very fun game. You can play it with both adults and kids. I think it's really great. This should be sold. There are more than just official brands. You should hurry up and buy it when it's still available. This thing is really good. Next is something I think I can recommend. Of course, I can't play it, but I think it's fun. It's the Muzanmo series, and I think you can buy any Muzanmo. Where's J, J. This should be the most popular one. The Muzanmo released recently has improved a lot. Whether it's 4J or 5J, it's much better than the Muzanmo we got 10 years ago. So I think this is a good time for you to get started with the Muzanmo series. You can experience the feeling of playing Muzanmo. You don't have to play the inside or the outside. Next, I think I personally recommend it from a collection point of view. One is Demon Slayer's Dream Slider. The other is Denson MS3R. Why do I recommend Dream Slider? Because I think, although I haven't asked their manufacturer, I think the Dream Slider series may be broken here. But it did a good job. It also provides a good experimental result for the following blocks, such as Super RS3M or Dragon V9. It also provides a good experimental result for the following flagship blocks of Demon Slayer. The structure is innovative and well performed. So I think this one is actually worth collecting, even if the Dream Slider 2 is released later. I think the first one with the meaning of innovation is still worth collecting. The next one is MS3R. This is also the same. The feeling or performance should be with the mainstream we are used to now. There's already a distance and a gap. And if you look at the price directly, the price is actually not cheap. But that's also because they are a brand of independent production. The reason I recommend it is actually a bit like Dream Slider, because their previous MS3R is actually sold out. They also stopped production after 1 or 2 batches. Then we may not be able to enter such blocks again. So when we buy it, we try to buy as little as possible. Just sell slowly. Because there must be some players who like this kind of cold feeling. MS3R or MS3L series. They also have a great innovation in the structure. It's also something that no one else has done before. It's on them. Later, people slowly followed this concept. If you are studying the structure, you should know what I'm talking about. That is, the axis of its axis. It's actually a pretty good design. If you look at this collection angle, I think Dream Slider and MS3 are the same recommendation. The same level of recommendation. Okay, let's talk about the peripherals. I think it's a pity that you don't buy it. The first one is 70 Timer. This is the best timer we sell now. Cheap and durable. It's a great help for promotion. Of course, I haven't heard that it will be used in WCA certification. It may not be easy, but I think it's very suitable for promotion. After all, we need to get used to the speed. Get used to the feeling of the timer. Or the rhythm. At this time, a cheap and good timer is very important. In fact, this character was made by QJ and 7G a long time ago. Then many other companies have been doing it. If you are interested, please take a look at the previous video of the comparison of various timers. You can see all kinds of different timers, but all the way down. I think 70 Timer has passed the market test. It sells really well. That means you won't step on the thunder even if you buy it. But if you want to buy good or official certification, of course it's G4. I personally don't recommend G5. G5 is really bad. I'm not saying it's not accurate. But if you want to cut it into 2 pads, it will flash 3 times. That's really against human nature. Every time I see it, I don't like it. So G4 is now out of production. So if you sell one, you lose one. In this case, I think you should buy it first. Although it is really expensive. Because there will be no G4 in the future. Our competition is also based on G4. I had to take G5 out. It's already 2024. If you haven't moved these products yet, I think it's a pity. The last one to recommend is our earthquake. It's a piece of cake. It's not easy to make it yourself. Please support us. Because of this concept, Master Chin Junhan. This concept was given to me at the beginning. I think it's great. But I thought about it. This thing is going to be mass-produced in Taiwan. The first cost is very high. The second market is very small. The third must not be refunded. But I think I still want to be able to make our own products. The actual result is not bad. The result is not bad. It's quite textured. The above is what I think. As a player, it's already 2024. If you don't have these things yet, come on. I'm Wuwei. See you next time. If you have any questions, welcome to leave a message at the bottom of the film. You may ask, why didn't Wuwei recommend high-end products? Or other types? WCA type? Because I think this year, in fact, if you look at the results of the Golden Bowl last year, in fact, those things will probably change very little this year. This year is basically the year of the explosion of the 3 streets. A lot of blocks came out. The point is that every block is great, and it's getting better and better. It's not easy, in terms of type. In fact, this year, probably not much change. Then, in the online super street, most of them are the world of Dyson. Because Dyson, both Galaxy, the string is super high. In fact, it's really great, but it's actually too expensive. So, I personally don't recommend it to the average player to consider this thing. We'll see those things. They already have their own ideas. So, I don't need to do it to do more recommendations. Okay, well, I hope this explanation prevent this. Everyone will think, why do you seem to read those blocks? In fact, it's not. It's because I personally think even if you didn't buy it, at least you can go through those blocks. Can be more certain. What do you like? What are the feelings? In this way,